Over to the 3-3. There we go. Moving forward, Junkrat will be spotted. And Orisa is there.
Indeed. So, keeping it pretty sad for now is Hanbin again. Shows the victory sign. The attack here will be Gen.G Sombra.
Noah's got a Torbjorn.
Okay.
Oh, baby.
Now Mystic
They're
Torbjorn.
actually doing it.
All right. Well, this is going to be very good against the against this Gen.G opening. I would say.
I am awake. Who needs coffee when you got Torbjorn?
All right. Well, they now have to figure out how they're going to approach this. It's probably going to be just a big committed dive. And for Mystic, the grenade placement for Sparkle is going to have to be, or the concussive mine placement is going to have to be everything.
They'll jump up over to the top. Luke getting melted down, and Doha comes up with the headshot. Goodbye. Takes him out. Just going to smack that turret a couple times with a hammer.
Well, getting the headshot there, you know, just controlling it, not the hammer kill.
They are still cut out in the back here, a couple of these members here. Vince going low, in onto the point. Going to be contested. Turret will be destroyed by Shoebill. As Sparkle just chases around trying to build up towards that rip tire.
The idea here is to build the ult charge, but unfortunately, I mean, look, they got the turret. They can follow up for this next push, the respawn.
They did knock it down, but another one's going to be placed up as Dawn just goes in for these shotgun blasts. Turret falling again. Spamming from the high ground. Mine's coming down. Sparkle getting closer and closer to that rip tire, going down to 19 HP. Still going to be alive. Will get bumped back up, but Agnes comes up with 2 kills as Takoyaki and Fixme will be eliminated. Sparkle comes in, finds the Sombra. Unique going to be gone. Pop out onto the mech here as Hanbin will be eliminated. Tire rolling forward, looking for the support, but gets burned down. Since able to get the kill, and suddenly Element Mystic, this defense is not going to work out.
Yeah, you know, it's what they're known for. Very popular Torbjorn holds back in the day. Repel, of course, the member that would be doing it. This one does not work as well. They are shut down in the end because of the disconnect there. Gen.G actually stayed and harassed with their more mobile members. They weren't actually killed, and then the respawns came through while the turret wasn't placed where it needed to be.
Sparkle's showing Tracer now.
Bit of an interesting one. There is no Brigida on the other side. But there is, however, the opportunity to swap very easily. So I don't know how long that stays.
Well, EMP going to be thrown down, looking for Fixme there in the back. Transcendence now going to be available. Can they get the kill? The answer's going to be no. They haven't finished him off. He actually takes down Agnes. Now the Dragon Blade's going to be coming through. Swinging away like a madman. Has that sound barrier on top of him, but Stalker just can't get a target. Sparkle will die to Levels in the meantime. Gen.G not going to be that effective. Levels going to be taken down. Doha coming up with the kill. Fixme still safe in the back, spamming away. Going to build up for that next Transcendence.
You know, you're going to think twice about playing the Sombra when you EMP as Zenyatta in his face, and then he just kills you.
Catch him off guard.
Yeah, catch him off guard, and then he just kills you. So they're going to swap it over to the Zarya Brigida.
Oh, man. It was just back-to-back. It was the EMP, then getting killed, and then the Dragon Blade with a nano boost just not doing anything.
I mean, it's rough, you know, when Mystic's running a very mobile comp and they're spread out to find that value. Oh god, this could be a disaster.
Well, self-destruct. Going to be used here by
Hey, Fixme's down.
Let's get taken down. That's coming up with the kill, but it's exchange on the Zenyatta's here. As Unique goes in, makes some pieces, finds some vengeance for his teammate. Takoyaki tagged down.
Suddenly,
he'll get killed on the exit. Another exchange. The Winstons are gone. And then there's advantage here. However, it will be in the hands of Element Mystic. You have to keep that in mind. Shoebill to get burned out of that mech. Level's going to be gone again. Fixme angry with his return to life. Comes up with a double, as does Hanbin.
Yeah, there were some opportunities there.
It's like a 1.5 for each, I guess. The Diva kind of gets split.
Sure. But Gen.G, you know, they're going to have some ultimates with this next push, but Element Mystic has the answers already. I would like to see Gen.G commit hard to killing Fixme again. They're just waiting for those respawns. Commit hard to killing Fixme, kind of circumvent this. Move around the right side, perhaps. That might be one way to get a good grab here. Not going to happen, though, as Element Mystic brings the fight to them.
Yep, down in the front, grab going to be ready. Sparkle building up that armor, looking for an opportunity. Sees the Diva, throws it down straight onto the staircase, catches him up. Sound barrier going to be coming in. It nearly has that Transcendence available. Now he's going to get it, but he's already lost 2 of his tanks. Shoebill going to be the only one left alive as he tries to escape here, but Sparkle with that high energy can melt down that mech pretty quickly, pops himself up over the top, and that is going to be a stagger here you would expect. Maybe not as long as we're used to. Nope. Okay, they hold off. And Shoebill will die Maybe never. Actually, they let him escape.
Very much a really well-executed Winston dive-in as well, being the maximum damage there by landing on top of the grav. Didn't even have to use Primal, didn't even have it yet. Just everything Element Mystic did, they planned well. And Sparkle's about to have another grav. Fix Me has the answer to Stalkers, so, and that's why we're watching him right now, is can they kill him or force the trance early? That's what they want to do.
Well, bigger bang going to be available here for Gen.G if they can get the setup. Fix Me. Not under that much pressure yet. Grab coming out. Bomb's going to be tossed. Shubil looking for the pick, but will not come up with anything. Makes it back into the mech. Transcendence used by Dents as well, but Agnes going to be the casualty here throughout the fight. The only one taken down at the moment.
In what was a 6v5 fight where Fix Me was not there, they committed the grav because he was pushed away by Luke. They still could not get a single kill. Both support ultimates are still up for Element Mystic. All they got was the Primal. That's it. That's all they got. This is really rough for Gen.G right now.
Yeah, very bad look. Push forward here, Sparkle. He catches him again. And it's going to be a double kill on this stomp. Takoyaki coming up with the triple overall, making a quad. As Dins will fall in the end, and this time you can be damn sure that Shubil is not going to be making it back alive.
Nope. Well, I mean, it doesn't get more ult efficient than that for Element Mystic.
It was just a grab.
I mean, they literally used. They forced Fix Me away, then grabbed, then still could not commit to the kill there. And I don't know what is happening in terms of target selection in comms here, but no one is on the same page, I will say that.
Sparkle retreating, wrapping around. Fix Me's there. Escorting them all with that Transcendence. Primal range going to be coming out of Luke. Stalker going low. Now Barrier in just in time from levels, keeping that Zarya in the mix as he tries to get that next grab online. Bomb going to be used up onto the high ground, so Hunman can make it back into the mech. Takoyaki goes dangerously though. Manages to pop that Primal just at the last second. Grab going to be ready. Solo grab there onto Sparkle, locking him up. The Barrier coming down. They're trying to focus, heal him. He's alive for a little bit longer, but will not be able to stay in the mix here. Bomb up from Shubil, gets a catch in onto Unique and knocks Hunman out of the mech, but Gen.G still struggling. His Element Mystic have that defender's advantage. They have the closer respawns. Gen.G tries to exit. They're still getting picked off, and now they have just a minute left on the clock without getting a single tick on B.
Gen.G just seems to have issues with with Assault in general and Assault type, right? Because in Hybrid, the A point is Assault. Because they are so bad at dealing with scrappy situations, I have to say. I mean, that's their weak point, right? Element Mystic is forcing this chaotic fight where they have the faster respawns, and Gen.G just does not know how to close it. They had to start it. They started super well. They get an advantage, but the finishing fight, you know, the finishing kills just do not land.
Charge on the low ground. Both of these rallies going to be popped. Element Mystic still maintaining control here on the point. Winston's approaching the Primal range. Fix Me holding on to that Transcendence. Dins himself going to be quite far away, and Stalker's going to be the first casualty. Doha taken down. Takoyaki comes in for some vengeance, however, gets the kill with the Primal up. Sound Barrier comes out from Gen.G levels, catching 5 members with that ult. Trying to keep him topped up with both supports under extreme fire here. Levels still getting tagged up. Dins able to top him up with that Transcendence. Hunman holding on. Grab comes out solo on the levels. Self-destruct that from Shubil. He gets taken down. Still manages to find a pick off onto the enemy Winston, but now it's OT. They have to be in onto the point, and everybody is just getting melted down by Sparkle here with this Zarya. Luke going to be gone. Vince and Agnes, the only 2 members left alive. And they will be finished off. Levels cannot arrive in time. It is going to be a nice hold here on B at the hand of Element Mystic, not giving up any percentage despite that massive time bank from Gen.G.
It just unfortunately doesn't even look fair for Gen.G here. The ults they have, the fights they're taking, the calls for the beginning of the fight, you know, we basically call them, you know, we generally call this type of attack like a play, right? Because you make a play just like, you know, football, for example. And the idea is there. They've already drawn out the plans. They've had the blueprints for, okay, Fix Me is the target. We're going to jump on the Zenyatta, then collapse the grab. If we kill Fix Me, he can't Transcendence. If we force Fix Me onto the low ground, and we take the grab on the high ground, he can't heal them from that distance. They set up the grab. They have these moments, right, where you can clearly see there's a plan. The execution is there. It works. But when you look at the kill feed, you don't see anybody dying. You don't see the target on the weakest member. It feels like everyone is like, there's no beyond the first step. Like, it's like step 1 is set up this grab. And then step 2, just no one is targeting correctly. No one's saying, you know, Winston, 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 Winston. We're going to kill the Winston first, and then we're going to collapse on this fight. We're going to drop out our Transcendence. And it just looks like in all of these fights, any other team smashes them, wipes the team, and gets at least a tick or two. But Gen.G is setting up the fight correctly. It's just the finishing part that they're struggling with. And it's not unlike what we saw from them last week. It's tough. It's something that you're not probably going to fix in a situation like this either, on the fly in a series like this. But
well, they need a pop-off performance right now if they want to buy some time away from this point A. Agnes over here on to the Widow.
Sparkle Genji, so that's always a treat.
Yeah, always nice to see. Hulk gets a drag, but Takoyaki not going to get tagged up.
This is a little bit tougher to break for Element Mystic here against the Widow.
Push into the back, the Hunt coming through, disrupts it all, gets the hack there onto the Mercy. Level's going to drop. Takoyaki coming up with that double. And yeah, it's all just going to be crumbling down. Sparkle into the back. It's kind of saying hello, gets that nice little right-click headshot.
God, his accuracy is insane. Really reminiscent of Who Are You on Lunatic High back in the Apex Season 3 days. Very, very quick build on the Dragon Blade, 63%. And unfortunately, Gen.G is just going to have to try to run the counter tracer just like we saw Sparkle run earlier, because they know there's a lack of Brigitte for that consistent damage on point. But it's only one tick that Element Mystic needs here. One big EMP could end this series.
Yep, that would be the victory coming through, and Luke is going to be the first one to fall. Shubil, his mech does not stand a chance. Hot knife through butter indeed here for Element Mystic. Sparkle now, Dragon Blade online, draws that one out, finds a kill with the first swipe. Takes a hound down on a Stalker, takes him out. Tins is able to come up with a kill, but hooray! That's still going to be Element Mystic coming up with the win. 3-0 here, one more map to be played. Gen.G, can they mitigate their losses? Given the track record right now in this series, I'm probably going to go with no.
Probably going to go with no as well. It's just been phenomenal play out of Element Mystic. It's a highlight reel.
I mean, they kind of look like Element Mystic from Season 1 right now at this point.
And with different heroes, but still, the coordination is what you come to expect from this organization. The coaching staff that we know has been consistent. Of course, Levy moving into Shanghai Dragons, he's not there, but that's Coach Yoon, the ex-StarTale, StarCraft 2 coach, has been coaching basically since the beginning of, beginning of time post Brood War, right? So he's got a ton of experience. They built this new roster. The hero pools of Sparkle is clearly much improved. He spent a lot of time during the offseason getting back up to form on the Zarya. Looks killer on this hero. Has even played the Tracer now, as well as McCree. And when you look at Gen.G on the other side, it's a rookie coach, unfortunately, a StarCraft 2 champion, multi-time champion, 9 premier titles, I believe it was, he had at the end. And there's nothing you can say in this moment going into Game 4 that is going to change history. There's nothing you're going to do that's, nothing you're going to say that is going to fix Gen.G tonight, you know? But I think that there's a lot of things you can assess here, and I think the biggest thing that needs to be broken down is communication, and that's always hard when you're looking at a live match like this, where there's not always recordings of comms, there's not always a way to know exactly what the communication is, but you're going to have to pay closer attention to scrims and stuff to look at that, because it just feels like target selection and focus fire basically is the biggest concern here with this rookie squad. Well, not even completely rookie. I mean, we know players like Luke, Shubil, Stalker, and Tins actually have all had some middling careers. You know, not the most successful players, but...
Well, we'll get a look at some of the replays here while Gen.G figures out what that fourth and final map is going to be. I would have loved to have stayed on the perspective there, fix me if we had, but yeah, Nanoblade coming out, got the one swipe there onto Unique, but then completely lost track of him and just couldn't finalize anything else with that Nanoblade.
It's being a nice little grab here. I wonder if we'll see now this dive where, okay, it's not going to be this one.
Again, that was just a Graviton Surge, and it led to effectively a team wipe in the end.
Yeah, I guess we're not going to see the moment where we saw earlier, the grab on the high ground there. But, Yeah, there you have it. I mean, just total domination across the board. It felt really like when you look at Gen.G against Kongdu Panthera, had full control of the series, started to fall apart. We didn't see mistakes like we're seeing today until the end. And I very firmly believe that that loss was, you know, obviously well-deserved win by Panthera, but it felt more of a fluke. But I really thought we would see Gen.G bounce back and really turn on the heat in this series. I thought this was going to be very competitive, but unfortunately we get the disappointing ending here.
Well, one more map to be played, Gen.G. Let's see what they've got for us in their first series versus Kongdu. There's Route 66. Kongdu won that, and then advanced on to Nepal for the tiebreaker, which Kongdu also took. So, do they go for Dorado? Try to run the Widowmaker that they just attempted on that defense?
Yeah, probably. It looks like. They also like to run the Junkrat we saw, and that is certainly something that you can do on Dorado A. When this sort of style was really starting to get felt out by teams at the end of Season 2, we saw that style work a lot on Dorado and on King's Row, the Junkrat Orisa. We haven't seen it yet in Korea this season, so I mentioned it a lot, but it may just be something that's kind of fallen by the wayside and has no longer really been done now that this style has been more figured out and we don't see the Moira anymore. We're seeing the Zenyatta alternative.
Well, Dorado, the final staging ground here. Gen.G just trying to spare their blushes a little bit. Fans trying to reinvigorate the squad here with their cheers in the audience. And yet again, it will be Gen.G starting things off on the attack. And seems like it's going to be a fairly standard 3-3 defense coming through for the side of Element Mystic.
That's right, showing pretty standard stuff. Stalker and Agnes on Gen.G Widow at the moment, but I don't know if that will really come to pass. Very difficult to break through a sustainable tank comp like this with that style. Even if the Gen.G disrupts, the Widow's not going to get good line of sight.
Oh, straight out around the corner. Fire Strike not going to get the connection there. And Bixby actually going to get taken down by Shubil.
Really
cheeky
nice
little play.
Yeah, really nice high ground play there.
And now that's, yeah, that has to be the kite back. The spawn is so very far away here for the defenders on Dorado, so they have to move all the way back into the marketplace. Agnes getting a couple shots in, up to 50% for that infra sight here.
Element Mystic would rather give distance than feed ult charge here, and that is why they retreat like this. Because they just want to contest A. They don't want to try to slow the cart right now. So really smart retreat here.
Poking in multiple angles now. Cart starting to inch up through the underpass here. Agnes going to get taken down. Doha finding the hit there with that shift. Sleep comes down, but there's no one to capitalize on it. So Doha's going to be fine. Vince will get punished.
Takes a keen eye, not a queen eye, a keen eye to, and a quick reaction to very easily dispatch of a harassing Sombra there. That DMAC is going to be very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Probably going to have to see a hero swap here.
But he can jump off the side of the map. It would cost him a little bit more time, but yeah, he's just going to sacrifice it. So yeah, did go for the swap. So whatever ult charge he was at, you know, it wasn't a lot, but now it's going to be gone completely.
Hey, here's the Blade. This is their best opportunity.
Yeah, Nano coming in. Gets a kill on a Unique with that dash. Coming back through, looking for a little bit more. Has to sheath it up. Sparkle, however, going to be a bit too deep. Far away from his squad. Doha comes in, finds the kill there on a Stalker. Shubil's going to get popped out of the mech, and Doha yet again scoops up another one as they get rid of that Diva. And despite the Dragon Blade looking pretty good there for Stalker, coming up with those 2 kills, getting rid of Sparkle, it's still going to be a hold in favor of Element Mystic.
Doha is just so good at Brigitte. He's shutting down these dive heroes. He's, you know, helped prevent things like this from being effective. Not just today, but last week as well against Stormquake. Now they have this control of this choke with both AoE tank ultimates and the flanking power here. Luke is caught.
He is just sneaking in behind. The Shatter coming down, locking him up. Both supports going to be eliminated. Stalker is well gone as Shubil gets popped out yet again.
They knew that Luke was there because Doha found him. He wanted to harass Fix Me again, but the second they knew there was just no way a bubble could be placed, I mean, they visually knew he wasn't there, but then they confirmed how far away he was. It was easy to make the decision to chase and shatter. And this is just, I mean, it is awful if you're a Gen.G fan right now. This is not a happy night. Now they have the EMP to try to look for a fight. If they could find Fix Me, but he's been playing so far back, it's going to be hard.
Charge forward, EMP will come through. Agnes catching a lot of the members of Element missing, but they need the kills.
They don't get Fix Me either.
Yeah, he did not get caught out, so the Transcendence comes through. Brab locks him up. Locking him down. Everybody just going to get dropped. Your 4 members disappearing from the side of Gen.G as Shubil again popped out of the map. Tries to go off the side of the map and will be allowed to do so. Stalker going to be swapping over to the Pharah, taking to the sky to try to break this defense from Element Mystic as Sparkle shows off some nice little pathing here with his Zarya.
Yeah, using those ridges around the windows to get up on the high ground. Nice little trick. The Pharah swap here can help circumvent the tank line here. There is no hit scan outside of, you know, Fix Me's ability to knock him out of the sky. It's actually working pretty well thus far. Takuyaki's a bit flustered.
Shows him back a little bit. Sound barrier, though, going to be coming through. Walker jumping his way back up. Sparkle putting a lot of pressure down onto Dents. Almost kills him. Forces out that Transcendence. Almost coming through. Nearly max energy here for Sparkle as the clock hits 0. Poop over to the side. Shubil taken out of the mech. Takuyaki will be eliminated, but now Levels is gone. Going to be the one support here. Agnes falling low, jumps back, still gets killed off by Hanbin. Sparkle up front, personal with Stalker, takes him down. Right click to the face. Barrage, no problem. Eliminates him, and the full hold comes through. They barely made it past the underpass there.
Everyone has had that awful night, you know, whether it's in your solo queue games or you had to give a presentation at school and you totally botched it, or you know, you were going to meet your crush and you tripped on the stairs and you had that embarrassing moment and you felt so bad at that exact moment, but you later looked back on it and said, well, it wasn't that big of a deal. I feel like that's how Gen.G is going to have to look back at tonight, because they had a great start to this series, but the end here, it felt we already knew we're going to have a happy ending tonight. But it just feels like things have gone from bad to worse. And with a weak push like that, you know, as I said when we had a similar situation last week, this attack is essentially a formality in this meta. I mean,
yeah,
you're dealing with a team that looks at the, as you mentioned earlier, I think you said it very well, looks like form of Season 1 Element Mystic. Great coordination, top tier shot calling. The Season 1 Element Mystic was so good because they had Sparkle on the 2 most metas and most important heroes, the Junkrat and the Genji. Now they've got this great, you know, the Sparkle on this Zarya, which is the most important hero in this meta, you know, in terms of damage, coordination for team fights.
Do we actually get Sparkle's Widowmaker, though?
Well,
that would be hype.
It would be fun. He's going to have to match against Agnes.
It was always Exy before. He is running it, so double sniper at the moment here with the Ana Zenyatta.
Is there anything that Sparkle can't play becomes the bigger question at this point?
Yeah, I've yet to see him play Symmetra. You know?
Fair point.
I've really yet to see many people play Symmetra well, to be fair, in my own experiences online. But certainly is possible.
Got tagged up, but survives here, so there's still opportunity. There's no mercy with this for Gen.G. So if he dies, that's the end.
Well, I don't think Element Mystic is going to have mercy for them either. So Unique going to find the kill there on the Luke. Pop up over the top. Going to be a body shot in on the Stalker. God, whenever I flip back and forth, I always mess him up. Stalker gets tagged up. Not going to go down. Manages to find a kill there on the Dog, but Sparkle comes back in. Gets the kill onto the Pharah, and they just need a couple more inches to finish it off. And there you have it. Element Mystic close things out with a 4-0 over Gen.G.
Gen.G has two from last, you know, from 2017, the end of 2017, 2 defending world champion MOBA rosters. They have one of the more successful PUBG teams out here as well in Korea. Seoul Dynasty was considered to be one of the best rosters that has ever been, you know, put together with the coaching staff they had, the popularity, the brand going into Season 1 of Overwatch League. And there's no way anyone could ever tell me that what we saw today from Gen.G is what their potential is. When I know that the staff has built this roster, I know they've got MMA as the coach, we know what we've seen from them last week and even the start of this season. For anyone to say, well, that's just it, this is the worst team in Contenders Korea, is just not true. But we need to see that potential. We need to see why this roster was put together. I need to see what MMA and the coaching staff and the management of Gen.G saw in this squad, because I know they saw something. We didn't see that tonight, but again, sometimes you just have a bad night. Sometimes everything falls apart, communication shuts down, and you get crushed by the better team, you know. Sometimes Ash loses to Gary, okay? Sometimes that happens, but I'm hoping for better things next week.
I would like to think that, you know, Gen.G has already sort of shown us the potential in their first match versus Kongdu. You know, a team who has 2 wins behind them at this point, who looked pretty good themselves despite the roster rebuild. They looked so much more competitive there, but Element Mystic just outclassed them at every twist and turn, and then I think it just kind of hit a point where they were almost mentally checked out. You know, not to the degree, I think, of O2 on Route 66. It wasn't quite like that, but it was still very similar. I don't want to use the T word, you know, like how your badge is usually tilted, but it just seemed like they got, after the match was guaranteed lost, it was just kind of like, well, here we are. Yeah. Or at least even when we got on the road to that, after not capping on Horizon, it seemed like it. But let's go ahead and relive some of the experiences that Gen.G would like to forget.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at this map, again, this was their strongest map, I feel, of the 4 they played tonight. And Stalker had a great bar right here. Again, shut down by good positioning. Again here, finding some barrages, but the team is not all on the same page. It's on the defense here. The commitment to the hook just fails. Watch this. Look, you get the Lucio, the bubbles there, and then that's it. All your cooldowns are used. Around the corner, when you go to Horizon, the Torbjorn failed, and that's where they found a little bit of success. But look at this blade. It's a nano blade, but he's got no targets.
He's Transcendence. He gets stunned up immediately.
Look at that big Goomba Stomp AoE right there. That was a really sick setup by Takoyaki and squad.
This one here.
Yeah.
What's that double? It just seemed like every twist and turn, the communication and the synergy isn't really there for Gen.G today. Element Mystic, you know, like I said, it feels kind of like Season 1 Element Mystic. I think that they themselves probably don't want to identify that way, given how things ended in Season 1. But, you know, at least for the start of the season, this is looking so very strong for them, for a team that has just now recently been put together after losing some of their roster to the Overwatch League. I mean, these guys, they look utterly dominant so far.
Yeah, I mean,
it's been great.
They really, really do.
1 map drop to Stormquake is it so far. That's it.